We're here at the SMU pit game tonight. We're ready to rebuild the Mustangs. They're doing great this season, but we can take them over the edge. The Pony Express is alive and well here in Dallas. The SMU Mustangs are taking care of business in their first year a part of the ACC. I went to campus to see what all the buzz was about and to know what they thought about the game that night, as well as chances of getting to the Natty. From there, we got input on how to successfully take this team to the top. That is what fueled this rebuild. Jose, nice to meet you, man. How are you feeling about tonight's outcome?
We have a great foundation. I think SMU's going to take it home.
Okay, we're here with Tucker and Oliver. How are you feeling about the game tonight?
Feeling great, I think.
Feeling fantastic. It's looking like an SMU win, if I'm not going to lie to you.
Damien, nice to meet you. We're at the SMU pit game. How are you feeling about the game tonight?
Yeah, I feel like SMU going to win this game.
Where do you think we're strongest?
We have a crazy good offense this year.
Great defense. Beautiful defense. Our quarterback's getting there. He's going to get it done. Shout out my boy Kev from Oak Cliff.
Probably about like the pace that they be running at. They have a good tempo. They be running it fast. Kevin G is a good quarterback, so you know it's gonna be a good game.
I mean, is there a spot we need to improve most?
Shout out my lineman, but the O-line, I need to lock in a little bit.
We go into the Natty?
Yes. Hell no.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely not.
I'm telling you this.
But we can be optimistic.
If we play our cards right, college playoffs, here we come.
What's one thing we need to do to get to that national championship, the playoff bracket, all that good stuff?
I think we're in the right track. We definitely have a great foundation. I give it like 10 years, 5 years. We'll get there.
Our spirit is so high that they're just going to win today.
So you heard it here first. The community is hyped for SMU, but they do need a few more ingredients to go the distance. Our challenges today: trust in Kevin Jennings. The fans believe in him, and he's looked awfully good as a starter this year, 6-0. Challenge number 2, we need to tool up the offense. The community believes this defense is already strong, at least from the folks that I talked to. So we're going to need to recruit all offense in the first year. As one fan stated, with NIL, it's time to party. Fittingly so, it's our goal to go hard in the transfer portal and bring in a bunch of recruits. Challenge number 4, by the end of year 3 in this rebuild, we need to be the winningest team in Texas and have the best recruiting class. All that being said, within 4 years, we're going to take home a ship. If you couldn't tell from the clips, I went to the Pittsburgh SMU game. It was a great matchup on paper. Pitt was undefeated. SMU was a one-loss team. Both were ranked, and SMU absolutely obliterated, turned the lights off of Pitt. So be on the lookout for that in-game challenge where our goal is to put up at least 48 points, matching their big dub. Our batch of only offensive recruits looks like this so far. Sydney Bari, a 5-star. Tyreek Cole, 5-star. 5-star bust, but hey, it'd still be a good addition, a physical presence. Darren rounds out the group, and then the rest, just a bunch of good 4-stars, a few gems here and there. We need receivers heavy. And I think as impressive as the SMU team is built and put together, they just need a solid offensive go-to guy, a star, someone that can step up as a receiver. Plus, well, young running backs like Ben Branham wouldn't hurt either. Through 2 weeks, a close victory over Nevada and a beatdown over the Pandas. That leads to BYU, where they actually lost their only game in real life. Maybe this is where the Mustangs can get their revenge in the game. Time for a little payback. The cool part about this in the game is that they have the recent innovations. I did see that scoreboard and grassy knoll removed. I'm not an SMU alum or anything. I know that grassy knoll was a special part. So I wonder actually how the SMU fans feel about the removal of that. Little KJ7 here at the helm. I was about to have a mental breakdown here on this pass deep to our tight end. Deflected triple, quadruple coverage here. But look what's about to happen. Boom! Hit stick. Recovered. That's just a first down. That's the way we drew it up. So the drive continues on. We'll go quickly back to the tight end. That's who we're trying to get more involved, Maryland. A threat out there. We don't have actually a whole bunch of them. Receivers, like I talked about here in the needs and in our challenges, we got to find some dogs. Got some great role players, don't get me wrong, but I want to see some star power. 4th and 10, forget it. We're going to go for it and go over the middle on the speed dig. Hudson, touchdown. Nay, or Pony Express, or I don't know exactly what they say or if they really say anything. I was at the game, but I didn't hear anything. They got the hand signal. I don't know what they chant or say. This is how we do it. If we're going to take down BYU, we've got to make play after play, and Hudson is our playmaker in this one. That's 2. Give it to him. Hit that dance. On the path to 3-0. I think that's one of the most incredible things that the sim has not picked up. BYU is having one heck of a season, undefeated, the Big 12. They own it practically, but mano a mano, SMU has the better rated team. Like I said, that's in the video game. In real life, BYU's hot, and not many people can stop them. There's another one. Jennings is on fire, spreading the love, getting more Mustangs involved. BYU getting it close at the end of the third quarter. Jennings refuses to leave it at that. He's going to make something happen here. I can feel it. The only thing he felt was Jack Ellie in his groin section. This is not good. 2 sacks. Let's go ahead and stroke this field goal, shank that thing to the left. And a defense that was doing so well in the first half looks flawed, looks human here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 20 after a massive sack. This is a massive drive. We get the stop. We can get out of here with no damage and practically an ability to chew out the game. So BYU is going to quickly rush up to the line and take their 3 points, meaning it's gut check time. Finish us this game. Running back Smith, good solid 6. 2-minute warning, out we come. Another one to the big man. He's got a first down in, hey, timeout time. This could be it. KJ7 back with the handoff special. Pounding the stone again up the middle. Got a good hole. 3 more. 3rd and 5. Let's pick it up. Another run. He's got it, and that's game. QB nail. Victory formation for Jennings and the Mustangs. We're going to walk out of here 3-0 and flipping the script. BYU doesn't get the win this time around. 21-17. Some of these Texas boys like Ben here are ready to get the hard ball. Ben likes his balls hard, and that is going to be the case we make for hometown hero bringing this running back. Miguel Pilares here, on the other hand, we're losing ground to TCU just a smidge, so I'm going to go with team player and aspirational. Still a little uncertain on other players like Garrett Bragg. I mean, we don't have much to brag about with C grades. I don't know if I want to pitch that. As well as 1D, I guess there's no time like the present to find out because the other 2 grades are really good. So if we do Sunday bound, that D is his 3rd priority. Looks like he cares less about the D, if you know what I mean. Kevin over here with an F grade. We're not even going to try that. I think the all offensive recruiting challenge so far is shaping up pretty good. I'll keep you posted when we start landing some fellas. Miguel, give it up for Pilares. The first domino, a gem SMU receiver, beat out TCU. Won the battle here, but at what cost? Mr. 5'9" route running extraordinaire, 91 speed, looking like a good addition. Straight out of Allen, Texas, where Kyler Murray played. We unfortunately snagged him from the jaws of TCU, but TCU had the last laugh in the battle for the Iron Skillet. Kevin Jennings didn't look all that great, but like I said, we have to trust him and trust the process. 1 week to the next, they're starting to fall. Welcome, Ben Branham. Another gem, another stud muffin. Some bad news on the recruiting front. Tyreek Cole, we lost him to Texas. And Darren McCollum, in a late splurge, chooses Penn State over SMU. That's not going to help our case in the battle of winning Texas in every front. What will help are a couple more key receivers like Kevin Tomczak, Garrett Bragg about it. I think we got our dogs. A little bit of sunshine, our first 5-star Cole. The Cole train coming to SMU. As much as we loved the sun, what in the heck is going on here these last 3 games? We're dropping it to Louisville, Florida State, and TCU. Albeit they were close, but that is unacceptable, and in real life, they would never let this happen. Really surprised to see the wheels falling off just a smidge here. SMU was in the lead. We had it home stretch, everything. Sidney Berry, the best recruit in the nation, about ready to commit to SMU, but look what's going to happen, guys. He's going to say no. He's going to go to Alabama. We're right there, but we can't get it. Championship contender grade, falling down. We're losing. Time to hit the panic button just a little bit because this affects much more. Sam Walters, another absolute painful thing to see. At least we got rolling here, another QB option. Wade Gammon, the gem. That's a good deal for me because, yes, I'm still very much salty about losing Barry. And then here we are. For our in-game challenge, we got to drop at least 48 points on the Pitt Panthers. Not the same look for either of these teams in the simulation. They're both unranked. SMU is 4-4, just playing mediocre football, and Pittsburgh is 5-2. It's time to turn the tide. We need to start swinging in the second half of football. I'd be curious to know in the comments section how many of y'all have been to SMU Stadium here. It's actually nice and cozy. I'm going to give it one of the more enjoyable experiences I've had so far on the road show. All right, let's continue to stroke and get down the field. Little speed dig here. No, shoot. Oh, look what I found. Not gonna lie, I hit the wrong button. That's beside the point. We're still chugging. I'm gonna need to see a whole lot more if we're trying to get that 48-point mark here. We're just gonna have to start slinging it. He dropped it. 3rd and 9, taking it right in front. Smith, look alive, my friend. Slot fade, corner the end zone. Out of reach. And the defense letting Pitt right down the field. Not indicative of what Eli Holstein was able to do. He looked like a fraudulent quarterback. This first half especially was a beat down like I've never seen before. And I didn't do a whole lot of research on Pitt before watching this game in person, but I knew from College Football 25 that the sim absolutely glazes Holstein to the max. He's gotten many Heismans in some of my dynasties, so I expected some really good football. This is what I expected to happen from the video game's point of view, not gonna lie. A better game here, a closer battle. And as it stands right now, I'm on pace to absolutely drop this challenge, but way to break out of the sack and see if you can keep this thing alive. Go down there, baby. All gas, no brakes. We're going for it once again here. 4th down. There we go. Did we just get baited? Did we just get baited? He disengaged from the receiver, then re-engaged. The exact opposite of real life is happening in this game. A major, and I mean major flop from our end. We just can't get it done. Maryland caught that. What a job. I believe that we will score. I believe that we will score. Angle cut. Hit him in stride. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown. We're on that board. Final gasp. Nothing really going our way. I can't believe it. We're about to be a 5-loss team. 4-5. Losing record. Pitt just dismantled us 31-8. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even that enjoyable. This actual game was booty. So there's a lot of work to do in terms of rebuilding. Advancing to the end of the season, Milroe brings home the Heisman. No SMU award winners, which is kind of to be expected when you go 6-6. Jennings threw for 3,100, 23 tutties, 15 ints. No real run game established at all. Receivers, like I said, no one really popping off the page. So yeah, across the offense, it's probably good that we've recruited heavily in this department. But you know what? The defense wasn't much better either. This is just below average football. I'm shocked. I feel bamboozled. I feel absolutely duped. I mean, we're so far at the bottom. We're the 5th worst team in the conference. Wake Forest and Virginia, Duke and Cal, then there's us. This is just a smidgen redonkulous. Boston College took it home. NC State right there. A very tough ACC, but this is just unrealistic. A top 20 recruiting class, that's something we can hang our hat on, and heck, we beat out TCU, and that's always a good thing for the Stanks. If we're gonna be the best in Texas here in just 2 more years, we gotta find a way to leapfrog the Horns, and that's really it from a recruiting perspective. In the ACC, Miami went crazy. Syracuse, NC State, Cal, just really good classes across the board. This transfer portal kind of hits hard early here. We're losing some big players, like a left tackle sophomore, 82 overall. Deep breath, we got him. Preston Stone, on the other hand, though, we probably don't got him. I don't know why, he would want to stay. I mean, we're going with Jennings. I like Preston Stone. I think he's a good quarterback, but Kevin Jennings just has the it factor. And bringing Isaiah back home, that's a huge boon. Last shot here for Paris Patterson Jr., a freshman. We got him back too. So, hey, not much damage. The only guy we're leaving is Stone, who can go in quarterback for another team and do a great job. It seems inevitable when you're not getting playing time. A lot of guys graduating. Logan Parr going to the draft. Elijah Roberts going to the draft. There's going to be a lot of holes. On the flip side, we can bring in a couple 4-stars. This is one of our targeted challenges. We got to snap here in the portal, and hey, at least 2 4-stars is better than losing 1, so I guess that could pass if we land both these guys, because I'm not taking any of these 2 stars. Bang! Matthew Golden from Houston, Texas. Welcome to Dallas. He's ready to lift off. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're popping up to number 11 best class out here. TCU, who? They're falling down to 26. Training results in the book, up to 86 overall. The number 1 player, Jordan Hudson. Man is a star. He started off the season very strong for us in year number 1. 94 overall and some good ratings here. Exquisite route running. He's definitely going to be something special. The biggest thing to note is the offense across the board. We have a ton of freshmen making their big debut on campus. Roland here is going to be rolling through defenses and impact QB. 94 speed, impact, elusive back bend. 6'4", 245-pound fullback, an underrated position. We got a good one. Going to be bragging about Garrett Bragg for the future. What about Wade Gammon or Kevin Tomczak? Actually, a really good pickup here in the portal in Matthew Golden. I think he's coming from the University of Texas. He's an 88 overall, and he looks like a really good wide receiver too. Tight ends, we are rich. It starts with 5-star Cole, but includes so much more. From Pat to Nikki, we got it locked down. In year 2, the prospect list just got so much better. 5 stars out the wazoo. Pretty much everyone was allowing us to wine and dine them. That clearly wasn't my strategy. I have a bunch of 4 stars. I took guys that were already interested, like Ricky October out of San Antonio, Texas. Maybe he'll be the next stud middle linebacker, and what a coincidence. We'll definitely bang with Ricky. So slap him a scholarship. Let's bring him in. The more notable notes to take in mind here is we went up half a star prestige, and the first year challenge is out the way. We don't have to just stick to offense anymore, which is good because I didn't realize the defense was a bit top heavy. We had some seniors graduate and they're good players, but we need replenishments and a lot of them fast. The Terrence Coltrane looks like a menace. 93 speed, 92 excel, a left outside linebacker from Fort Myers, Florida. He knows how to ball. I'm bussing Alex Cortez. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yes, 8 busts in a list of 35. That's like 1/4. For me, they've all got to go, so I'm gonna go down this list and just get them out of here. But that brings up an important question. How many times have you guys busted on one of your recruiting lists? I'm at 8. That's a whole lot, but I think I've done more in the past. Get those pesky guys out. Let's kick off year 2 and find out if this team is the real deal against the Aztecs. San Diego State, new stadium, a part of the new Pac-12. They've had some great years, but they need to rebuild a little bit. The unfortunate thing for them is we're debuting a new look SMU. Last season, I asked for a couple star receivers for Jennings. We got him, Golden and Hudson on both sides here. I'm going to go ahead to the transfer. Golden first game and 6. It just opened up. The sea parted and he scored. So the University of Texas transfer on the board. He's going to have a great senior season. I can tell that Jennings is going to like him a lot if he keeps finding a way to get open. One thing that was underutilized last season was Kevin Jennings' legs. Read option here. Not a good showcase of it, but he's got some wheels. With the 2-minute drill, let's go ahead and get some more points. Hudson, I'm looking at him all the way on the left side of the screen here. 99 route running in every department. So not a surprise we hit him. I mean, who's going to stop that? Especially in college and against a Mountain West Pac-12 type team. Who's going to be able to stop those kind of attributes? Out on a zig, I think he runs it pretty good. It's going to keep things alive. But Jennings, oh my goodness, that thing just opened up for him and him alone. Thought that play could have collapsed, but he's got the Heisman pose in week 1. Take that, Aztecs. I'm definitely not going to knock our guy. This was a Heisman caliber play. I think he's got to do it all year long. Explosive. That is the best word I got to describe SMU in this game. They are just having fun right now, connecting on all cylinders. Lob one in there. Nah, I guess we're all good in that department. Maryland will spring free on a 4th down, 1st and goal. Then let's finish it off with a little angle smash. Why not? The running back gets involved in the receiving game. Touchdown. Silencing this Aztec crowd. That's gonna be what, 35-7, getting closer to the finale. Don't have lofty expectations for the defense here. I expect them to be just as good or on par. The Mustangs can call game on this play. Handoff, 1st down, LJ Johnson. I'm tripping. That was TJ Johnson, who gave the Aztecs defense the Big Johnson for the win. Basically, this game's over. I got silly throwing it, and heck, I'll keep throwing it down to the final whistle. Why not throw one out for our guy? And that's exactly why we don't mess around with our food. We should just get out. It's fun getting silly with it sometimes, and when there's no stakes or low stakes, who cares? 35-14, 1-0. Good start to the season. Jennings, 4 touchdown piece nugget meal. That first game was just a warm-up for his encore against FCS Northwest. 7 touchdowns, 474 yards. I know that's an FCS team, but surprisingly that wasn't good enough for National Player of the Week. They gave it to Jay Wilkerson, who lost to LSU 48-28. 4 touchdowns, 200 yards. That's cool and all, but not as impressive as Jennings' 500 yards, 7 touchdown day. Things are looking up with Archer joining the cause, a local boy, Dallas, Texas defensive tackle. And do you need that morning espresso? Stephen Coffee, gonna give it to you. How about Corey Kohler from Rosenberg, Texas? Maybe Ricky October, our man. Great looks here, all gems. But you know what's not a great look? I cannot stand the disrespect from the sim. 29-9 TCU. Boston College schools us. Looks like they're not going to let us catch many breaks with this schedule. Kenyon Lane, a 5-star signee, big time. From Sugarland, Texas, give me some sugar. Sergio, little Michigan transplant here in Texas. Dude, this recruiting class is getting legit. Dang, the hits just keep coming. We're not missing right now. There's Jason. And with that signee, I think we're up to 5 stars. As good as it has been on the recruiting front, it's disappointing to see this season go up in flames just a little bit. 6-4 9-5. Losses against Cal, Stanford, Clemson, a narrow win over Louisville, before racking up 2 in a row, Syracuse and Wake Forest. That's going to give us Miami in this final showdown. The stakes, a 7-win season. You already know that we're all about improvement, so if we can get 7 wins, that would be splendid. Cam Ward's gone on to the NFL, his backup's in, and same with Damian Martinez's backup. That's not going to stop the fact that they've left a good Miami team in the wait. They're a good-looking group that can score points and looking for their 8th win. Down 7-0, we don't want to let these fans down, so we need to spring into action and deliver ball after ball. There's Hudson. As much as I enjoy Hudson and Golden, they're literally both seniors, so we're not going to have them next year. That has me nervous for our quarterback going into his senior season. For now, let's take what we can get, but a 17-0 deficit here, not promising at all. They just keep sacking me. I get away from that one, deliver it to Hudson for a touchdown. But man, the pressure from defense, the Canes are bringing it today. Thankfully, we escape and put a highlight reel touchdown in. Time is winding down. We're into the 3rd quarter. We're going to have to make some smart decisions. And the ensuing drive is going to go to 4th down. And it's not going to go. The unfortunate reality is all signs are pointing to another 6-6 year. This is disappointing for the SMU faithful. A strike here and a broken tackle. Hudson's going to go and make a house call with a minute left in the game. 2 timeouts. I think it's a little too late. I absolutely enjoyed that touchdown, but as I feared, the clock winded to 0. So 20-14. The Canes had a strong first half, shut us out 17-zip. We tried coming back, got close. That was all she wrote. Horton 8 yards and a touchdown, player of the game. Awesome. End of the season, 6-6, disappointing. Drew Aller with the Heisman, 35 touchdowns, 0 ints. Very low with the yards, 2,700. That was Heisman caliber. It's probably because he didn't have a single turnover. This year we actually got a bowl against the Texas Longhorns, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Looking past that, because that's not where we really want to be. SMU with the 10th best recruiting class, that's gonna overtake Texas. How about them apples? 5 stars, and I think we got a couple more in the wings. Losing the big game by 3 points, that sure is disappointing. Jennings didn't really do all that. It was LJ Johnson on the ground, and I guess, well, Jennings contributed 2 on the ground himself. Golden against his old team, 7 catches, 78 yards. Gosh, it pains me to see us get that close, but Quinn Ewers saves the day. In this year's edition of the college football playoffs, Clemson got the big W. We cannot have this. Yet again, another transfer portal class here where guys want to leave, and we need these dudes to stay. They're part of the future, and Oscar says, I don't want it. We do have a ton of tight ends, so losing one's not going to matter. Go take a hike, a trip, whatever you need, Trip Riordan. King Large, bro. No, that failed. I loved that name. He was a freshman left tackle, King Large. 6'5", 301-pound large left tackle, gone. Ashton Cozart, maybe you'll want to stay, dude. Okay, so we only kept 1, and that's freshman Kevin Tomsack. We'll need a lot of sack in this next season. No doubt about it with Jordan Hudson going pro, 1st-round pick. Maryland with a 4th-round flyer, and Golden, the Texas transfer, 6th-round steal. A good season here from Kevin. I was hoping to see more, but I liked what I saw from LJ Johnson. Golden, not bad. Interesting for Hudson to go 1st round after a modest year. It must be all the route running and intangibles that they can't seem to teach. Speaking of can't seem to teach, we can't seem to teach this defense how to play better. So that's exactly where we're at. The Stangs need to bring in these defensive recruits and just change it up. I just actually oopsied really bad. I don't really ever do this, but I accidentally just slipped the finger there and accidentally missed out on some potential portal players. It looks like we got 2 guys, mainly running backs. Dubar, my old Boise State team here, coming over. That would be cool. Pendergrass, another good option. So let's see if we can at least get 1. Hey, not bad for getting Pendergrass here last minute. We were sleeping, but we got some Dawson time. Make way for the 5th best recruiting class. Training results bring out the boys, 89 overall across the board. This is the Pony Express I expected to see. It just took us a little while to get here, and now we got some depth. Another star freshman, Jason, 80 overall QB. Sergio, 5-star 5-star elite receiver, a couple freshman tight end. We have a bunch of them, but they're taking the leap past more here. It's time for the Cole train to get rolling. Coffee's got your espresso. Elite left guard, Keelan Boyce. This dude is destined for the NFL. The perfect name you'd want on the offensive line, Khalid Slaughter. And star Diego, right tackle. So we got a young, elite level offensive line. Archer shooting his arrows into the crowd, defensive tackle elite. Kenyon Lane already getting a starting left outside linebacker job. Mr. Ricky October gonna get some play time. I think the secondary looks the weakest, so that's exactly where we should focus in this next season of recruiting. I think if we can shore that up with guys like Darren Boyce, maybe Grant Cadella, heck, 5-star gem Martin Raines is right up my alley. I'm open to options just like I'm open to some more gem players. 99 speed Sabri, receiver. It's guys like this where I wonder if he could truly be a two-way athlete like Travis Hunter. I mean, he's got the speed, he's got the route running. Would not surprise me if he's a two-way talent. But there you go. Go Stangs. This is a pivotal year number 3. If we can't make significant ground this season, it's going to put us in jeopardy for our year 4 timeline. Fresh season, fresh opportunity. 21-17 squeaked one out over Wake Forest before going to Pound Town on the Sharks. That leads us to an intriguing matchup against Kennesaw State. On paper, we got this. We're like plus 11 overall, but don't sleep on them Hoot Owls. They are 2-0 on the young campaign, and they're looking to run Conference USA. With the new cast of guys, Pendergrass in the backfield, we just give up a safety. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. We have to watch out for this shenanigans. Kennesaw State fans are going to get rowdy. Their team's going to rally behind it. Jennings is experienced at this point, but we have a lot of freshmen across the board, and we're relying on them to play big, and I think Kilgro is one of those freshmen. Welcome to the league. That's got to feel nice in the rain, getting your first int. You, sir, just helped out Jennings and are going to get your team into a great position to go down this field and score. I look in the slot. I see Tom Sack in there. He was about to transfer, and look at him now. Could have been a hero. He's out there on the outside. You can see him. Bragg, Carroll, Tom Sack, all of our guys. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to audible and hand this off to Pendergrass, our transfer. Let the senior lay down the wood. Show him why we brought him in. Workhorse. With that established, I have all kinds of options for next here. Spinning out of a sack. Beautifully done. We're going to just scramble and go the distance. Touchdown, Jennings. It's our time. Senior season, I hope he saved the best for last, because these last 2 years, according to the sim, have been actually booty. Slowly over time, that extender ability is becoming one of my favorite. I just actually have had great fun and experience with it. So what do y'all think, man? I think at this point in the game, you got to have an ability or two that you really enjoy. Extender and takeoff are just a couple of mine. What are yours? Tom Sack and Bragg, man, just two young guns out here. Look at him break the tackle again. And Tom, no, that's Bragg. I thought that was Tom Sack, but Bragg just exploded out of there. He busted all over that defense. Oh man, I gotta calm down. I'm excited. That play just made me feel something special, like why I love college football. It's the very essence of why we build, why we bring in talent, Coltrane, so we can see them succeed. Don't stop me now, because I'm having a good time, That extender was actually on point, on cue when I needed it most. It's one of my faves. You see here, Jennings is like that, and the speed of option worked really well. I think I'm honestly witnessing a surgence of our freshmen, which makes me question how well we'll actually do this season, but for the next few years, watch out. That was Donovan Westmoreland with the sack. I'm surprised to see that dude still around here at Kennesaw State kicking it after 3 seasons. Not in the NFL, didn't transfer. Interesting, to say the least. I mean, that's cool. Extender keeps it alive, but we're finished. Surprisingly, Kennesaw State had good defense, but we're not worried about it in this one. 4th and inches. He gets the first down. Big 4th and goal. It's game on the line, and it's not gonna go. Clamped down, and the Stangs keep it moving. After the safety, they got nothing. Shut down defense. SMU, 2 rushing touchdowns from the quarterback. That's all we needed. DeMarcus Suttle from Indianapolis is on his way to Dallas. Let it begin. 5 stars last year, this year. They're all welcome to Big D. The very next week, this is massive. Sabri, 99 speed, welcome. And then if you're curious, it's Chad's Hill House too. Manuel King, Gem DT might just just be the next king of the hilltop. Halfway through the season in classic SMU fashion, we start off 4-0, but then drop the next 3. We're flirting around 500 again. Disappointing. The most shocking part, I think I just needed to give them some inspiration. In a fitting fashion here, after clowning them for losing 4 straight, look what they did. They pulled off 4 in a row. Cal, Virginia, Stanford, Boston College, all down by the Stangs. 6-2 in conference play was not good enough. Pitt and North Carolina had the tiebreaker head over us, even though we had the same 6-2 conference record. In fact, Clemson was the #1 team in the nation, 8-0 in conference play. I guess that actually makes sense, and they just won the Natty like the year back. In his final season, Kevin Jennings probably gave us his best year yet. 31 touchdowns with these 2 on the ground, only 5 ins, 3,200 yards. I like it. I also like Pilares, Carroll, Coletown, Bragg, and Tom Sack from Honolulu, Hawaii, young guns stepping it up. 4 picks for AJ Davis, and then it falls off a cliff. 8.5 sacks from Abor. That's our best year yet from a defensive end. Then again, what happened? Hoping this last class in training development will just be the final puzzle pieces. 8-4, best year yet. That's a pivotal year 3 step in the right direction, in a Pop-Tarts bowl to show for it. To honor challenge number 1, trust in Kevin Jennings, we're gonna send him off in a good fashion. KJ7, I know we've been through some things, my man. We've seen some things over these last 3 seasons. We've gone through some hardship, but it's because of you. You crawled so the rest of the team can walk. The future is brighter. The team is brighter because of the groundwork that he put in. So shout out to the man, and let's go beat down some Cyclones to show for it. Rocco Beck is still here for Iowa State. I can't believe it. We're out here looking to get the job done in 4 years. Because 3 years, well, that's impossible. But I'm more so saying that because it's crazy that Rocco's still out here doing his thing. I low-key thought he was like a junior or something in real life. He might be a sophomore or something young, but shoot, that's impressive. Nonetheless, you already know I want to brag about it. I want to show you off. Brag for 1st and goal. A Doja Cat inspired pitch and catch. Finish me, Coletown. Finish me, nope, double coverage. Jennings. Touchdown. 1 minute till half. Let's just take the check down. Didn't work for Pilares, our freshie, but Tom Sack, I see you over the middle, making magic happen. Stars are born in Pop-Tarts USA. And will he continue to be a star? That's going to continue to get open, and Tom Sack is out of there. Can he go all the way? Touchdown. SMU, pony up, baby. That's one sweet sack. Tom, you're the man. Except his sweet, sweet score is in vain. We're falling again to Iowa State, so work to do. This Rocco dude refusing to back down. He's just not leaving us alone. Another touchdown for the Cyclones. They're pulling away by 2 scores now. It really has not been as smooth as I would hope it would be, but who's gonna let Bragg just wide open walk down this field and score? That is some silly defense. Yeah, don't ever do that. With the game on the line, Iowa State has been manhandling us. They're chewing clock. They're driving all the way down the field. Thankfully, we stop them and hold them to 3. Definitely clock it in that last timeout to save us a full minute and 20 seconds to try to be a hero in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. This is it. Number 7, your final game as a college quarterback. I want you to go crazy for your legacy, for the dynasty, for everything. It's here. You're getting sack attacked. So 3rd and 20. It's really come down to this, huh? So 4th and 20. It's really come down to this, huh? One final shot. A Hail Mary, a toss up into the air. We didn't even have time. This team is Djibouti. I'm so disappointed right now to be an SMU Mustang. That is heartbreaking. We didn't even really get that drive sustained. So Rocco and the Cyclones, they got us. We said by the end of year 3, we'd be the most winningest team in Texas. That 9th win would have been helpful. Let's see if 8 wins was good enough. Off the bat, checking out the Big 12. Baylor, 7 wins, we pass them. TCU, 6 wins, we pass them. Texas Tech, 6 wins, we pass them. Houston, 4 wins, bleh. Sam Houston, 6 wins, we pass them. Texas Longhorns, 9-3, 5th in the nation. Come on, man. The Hook'em boys down our challenge there. So now we're not left with much except let's go just get a Natty, and I'm sure that will more than suffice for SMU fans. Wisconsin with a little run here and national championship secured. Good deal from them, beating Oklahoma, Charlotte, Clemson, and Georgia. Toledo knocked off Texas, so that's got to make SMU fans happy. We didn't get into the bracket, but that's mad disappointing for the Horns. The tide is a turn and no one wanting to leave. Just a few NFL draft picks. 1, 2, 3. Good luck out there. Kevin Jennings, there he goes, 3rd round pick. He might be able to turn into something pretty special in the NFL. We'll have to wait and see. It wasn't super eye-popping at the collegiate level, but he did improve year after year. The transfer portal is pretty much locked across the board. There's guys like Lagway entering, Julian Sayin from Ohio State. Some really good options out there, but when we consider those that are open to our program, it's 2 stars or less, and I don't think at this point in the game any of them are going to make a difference. Dang, okay, these boys built different. Year 4, 92 across the board. Clearly, to me, our successor at quarterback here is Roland. He doesn't have much room to improve, unfortunately, but 97 throw power. Top that with 95 agility, 94 change of direction, and then 87 speed, 94 excel. Like, he's got what I want. Behind him, we'll keep an eye on Tyler Aronson, but I also want to see some big gains here from Jason Halley, our star quarterback. He has unlimited potential with the power and's got some great mentals and physicals to complement. The AP poll likes what they're seeing here. Preseason rankings are in. The Mustangs, 18th ranked. The Coltrane gets first team all ACC honors, and then tack on freshman right tackle Diego, second team ACC. The team is just solid across the board. 92s all over the place. A couple hard conference matchups in the middle of the season. This Clemson game is going to be insane. First game in the book. Cincinnati didn't have a chance when you got guys like Miguel Pilares in their second year, putting up 155 yards, 2 touchdowns on just 3 catches. To me, it looks like the young guns are picking up right where the team left off. 3-0 in the young season, except Roland didn't look all that good in this last game. But he's a dual threat, so that makes sense. 2 touchdowns on the ground. Just got to keep taking samples because against Bowling Green, he was lights out. 327-3. And Ben Branham, oh yeah, he's arrived too. That's a great clip. With ACC conference play, we have a 10-point differential over the Virginia Tech Hokies, but I don't know about you all. I want to feel out this squad and see if they're national championship ready. 3-0, 11th ranked in the nation. Truly tremendous, no doubt. And an interception from October. That's Ricky. Oh, Ricky, baby. Good stuff, dude. That is a great way to start off the game. Number 9, our first live look at him in the red. SMU Stang bomb connection. Welcome to Dallas. Our first feel of the redshirt freshie. Big 6'5" shotgun collar out here. He's gonna make some things happen. I can feel it. And I know for a dang fact the guy behind him, the star, is also gonna feel and play like an all-star, ready to win some things for Dallas. If you can't rely on the Dallas Cowboys, well, maybe the SMU Ponies are the team to watch out for instead. Try not to get dunked on challenge. Down 14 zip. That seems to be a common theme. He's going to step up into this thing. First down. Every drive is falling short. So now I feel like I'm forced to go with some desperate measures, taking some shots where I can get them. 2nd and 3. Anyone getting an edge? We got it off in the face of pressure. Who is that? Ramigo? I know we're down by 3 scores, but if we can get it closer right now, let's do it. Impressive last minute drive here. Let's hand it off to Branham, see what he's got in store. Busting tackles, looking like a little genty. I knew he was built different when we signed him, and he's just going to keep paying off. 3 totes here with 10 seconds. Yep, see? Reliable, trustworthy, a friend of SMU Mustangs. My goodness, we have to put up so many points yet again with just 1 quarter to do it. Truthfully, this is just bothersome, really. I mean, I don't like how far down we keep falling. Sloppy first halves lead to these second half scrambles. 3rd and inches, just pick it up here on the run. Maybe get a whole lot more. Run over a man and score, Ben. Disappointment in Mustang land. Some of these games I keep stepping in just to get a taste. It leaves a sour feeling in my mouth. It's like the defense is non-existent when I'm here in the game. A little bewildering, not gonna lie, because now I'm forced to just take shot after shot. These crazy balls that are not very high odds to complete. 4th down. Why not let it fly, huh? Disappointing. Virginia Tech upsets us 31-14 at home. I don't know what to make of this season. We're up to a 94 overall, but we're getting spanked in some games like here against Stanford, spanking other teams like Georgia Tech and Clemson. Yeah, it's honestly just awfully confusing, especially given the fact that we're 94 overall. Yet again, a season comes and goes. We finished 9-3, pulled off a nice win streak at the end, 11th ranked, but come on, dude, 5-3 in conference play. play, that's worse than all these 5 teams in front of us. With the 11th ranked, it looks like we're getting some sympathy here and might get a crack in the first round. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Sheesh, this is rare, seeing a Kansas quarterback win Heisman. That's impressive. I think this actually might be my first time seeing a Kansas player win it. The best news we've gotten yet, after the bye, we move up to 9th, and we're gonna play number 6 LSU. So we're in. We made it. We just have a job to do to finish. Rollin started rolling. 36 touchdowns, a little high on the interceptions, but when you add that and his rushing game, I'm impressed. Miguel Pilara is a clear number 1 here, 13 TDs. And the defense, again, mediocre, some decent play from corners. Yeah, we're just gonna need to rely on some offensive firepower. This is the bracket. We play Jacksonville State if we can pull this one off. I'd love to do that. And oh my goodness, now I can see why the Kansas quarterback won Heisman. He led his team in the Big 12 to a 13-0 season. Number 1 seed. This has been a very cool spin on the college football playoffs that I'm not familiar with seeing. In fact, I absolutely love these 4 teams that slotted in the top 4. I am a K-State alum, so I don't actually mean love the Jayhawks. It's fun seeing something different. BYU Colorado matchup, that's gold. Wisconsin A&M, nice. And then what? Texas Oklahoma, the Red River shootout in the first round, that's sweet. SMU LSU, this is just a fun bracket all around. But we did not come here for fun. We're headed on the road to Death Valley. Y'all already know what this place is about. It's hard to make it out alive. We are alive here in Death Valley, baby. Come on. Until we're not. Up 7-0, giving it right back to the Tigers. Seriously, gotta watch out for this team. They are deadly on both sides of the ball. As you can see, threading it up and over, touchdown. 3rd and 6, keeping the offense moving. Maybe a dump down to Cole. This has been a little ridiculous, back and forth. Bit of defense, bit of offense. Final 3 minutes. Gonna need some heroics here. Rolly, get past that big linebacker chasing you down. Oh, baby, 5-yard line. Roland got on his horse. Touchdown here could tie this thing up. To the running back. Yo, gonna keep my eye on Ramigo. He has been big, but no, jumping it to Coltrane. That's 2 balls just at the line. Can I get something, please? Touchdown, Cole. They're gonna review this one. I don't think he had it, but we'll go ahead and take a look. Oh my gosh, they gave it to him. After review, they actually gave him the touchdown, so the refs come through and help us tie it up. LSU's in field goal range. They can win this thing if they want. Since it's all tied up, I'm opting to keep my timeouts on the table until I can view exactly what their play calling is. It's runs. Looks like they're perfectly fine, just pounding the stone, play after play. Oh no. Let me guess, another handoff here. They've shown they've done it pretty much every time. Good news, I got all our timeouts. Bad news is, well, hey, we're losing, folks. Scrambling out to the right. Gotta make something happen. Picking up 15. 37 seconds left. I feel like we should just take a shot if possible. 4th and 2. Coach really says run the rock. Part of me feels like LSU might not see it coming, so it's worth a try. Not a bad call. Good cut, and first down. Now that we know the first down's a sure thing, it's time to just sail some balls down that field. Let it fly. Maybe one-on-one on the outside. That's the matchup we want. I'm at a loss. This is very difficult. I see a step, a little stumble. Maybe he's got it, and he does. Bragg shredding through. Oh my goodness, down to the 1 with 10 seconds left. Can I audible into a run? Nope, they want me to just airmail one. Okay, lovely. Let's take a strike to the tight end. Dropped it. Bro, no cap. I'm running this rock. In fact, I probably should have called a QB sneak. I got one more timeout. Let's hand it off. Let it develop. And in 1 second to spare, we could tie it or go for the win. And you already know what I'm doing. I'm going for the win. We've saved this play call for an exact moment like this. Fake jet pass, power, get to the outside. QB, no! I'm actually so freaking disappointed in what just happened here. That's gonna be game. Time expired. We lose to LSU in Death Valley. I'm cooked, man. Couldn't get it done in 4 years. Obviously had the talent to get it done, and we probably have the talent to get it done next year. So I'm going to go ahead and sim year 5. Not really going to jump in an awful lot, but let's spectate these games. Knocked out in the first round by LSU. They went on to destroy Jacksonville State, as I predicted. Miami did throttle them to their core, and it looks like a Miami-Oklahoma championship. So it looks like Miami got it done. Congrats to the Canes. Could make one last push here in year 5. Like I said, I know we're later than the window, but some big additions on the offensive line plus a defensive tackle from Air Force wouldn't hurt. Bro, we're juiced. 95 across the board after training development, 90 overall QB in his senior season. Ramigo, Ricky, everyone we love taking massive jumps. Diamonds be dancing. A little bit of adjustment there, but a high-powered offense, no doubt. This is the schedule at hand. Like I said, I'm just gonna sim and see what we do. Simming to the first CFP poll. The results will be in shortly. Nowhere to be found in the first bracket. KU going on to get another flawless season so far in the making. Just have to cross our fingers and hope for the second half. It started off strong. 5-0 it looks like before dropping the next 3. That's atrocious. And all so close. Oof. Regardless, simming to the next point in time, which is the end of the season. So week 15, we'll find out if the Stangs got in. Oh snap, I see the top left, 14th ranked here, 9-3. 14th, not looking good enough to get into the bracket. We'll see if the sim changes anything. Fast forwarding through conference championships, sometimes you can fluctuate a couple positions in the top 25 poll. Not in this case. Miami's just been on one this entire sim. As its worst case scenario for the Stangs, we just miss out of the playoffs. Well shoot, I'll be darned. We actually dropped the ball here at the end in this challenge to rebuild SMU in the limited amount of time that we had. There was a time crunch. We couldn't turn it around in time. I was actually taken aback by how rough the sim was treating them in the first couple seasons before we finally got some momentum and got a top tier product. So chin up and heads up, Mustang fans, your team in real life actually performs a lot better than College Football 25 says you do. And on that note, I'm going to be signing off. I hope you've been soaking it up and enjoying College Football 25 content with KingSponge. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. And side note, the next Team Builder Dynasty series could be around the corner. Just keep your eyes peeled towards the end of the month, early December.